What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? Welcome in, Coach Paul. What up, Natalia? Let's see how this side of things work. What's going on? What's going on? How your book doing? Ladybug Travel, how you doing? What's going on? Happy Friday to y'all, man. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. Uh, Gloria, it's me. You said the book doing well? That's good, Natalia. You got to get some. You got to get a book night or either some like a book launch or something like that you could do where you can invite people out and read excerpts and answer questions and all that kind of stuff. You got that plan? She said, I like it here because I actually get notifications. You get notifications here. I'm gonna start coming over here more often and seeing can I. But Glenda told me she said I need to start doing lives over here. So I'm gonna start coming over here and seeing can I get things happening. I got my shirt on today, Glow. Yep. Got my shirt on. I want to come over here and see what's happening. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, boy. Your coach getting tired, man. I had to take some space, some time away because it's been a lot going on. I've been having a lot of conversations with women and dating, and it's a lot. I really had to step away, bro, for a minute. I don't know. It's like it gets crazy out here. I'm telling y'all don't even understand, bro. It's like the things that happens with this whole dating world, and it's like one of the craziest things I'm starting to find out is that a lot of people are so locked into a system and a way of doing things that it's very, very difficult for them to switch up and to do something different, or they're afraid of the newness of switching up to do something different. It's typically what happens. We are people of habit, of course. So when it's time to do something different, to do something new, we get very afraid, we get nervous, it's uneasy. And I get it in the beginning, but when you're looking at best practices, we gotta switch things up. We gotta switch things up. I mean, the things I'm hearing, and a lot of the crazy thing is the women that are dating that I'm hearing that are dating, they're actually people that follow me on a regular basis who and they're afraid to do the right thing. I've heard ladies tell me, Ladybug, she said, I've heard ladies tell me they're afraid to enforce boundaries. If you are a dater, if you're a person that's dating and you are afraid to enforce boundaries, you got to practice, you got to start small, enforcing boundaries in every area of your life, right? One of the things about it is if you're dating and you don't enforce boundaries, that's a you already on the wrong end of this thing, right? Your boundaries are so very, very important. Your boundaries, you need to know them before you even start dating, right? What are my boundaries? What will I, how am I going to govern my behavior? These are things you notice before you start dating. And then when you get into a situation where it's time for you to enforce your boundaries, you have to do so. A lot of people just don't want to do, they don't want to do the hard work, but they want love. This is the crazy thing. A lot of people don't want to do the hard work, but they want love, right? And that's crazy to me. I talked to a lady yesterday. I said, and one thing I told her, I said, as people, we'll search a blue book. We want to know who bought. We trying to buy a used car. We want to do blue book on. We want to know if it's been used, if it's been flooded. We want to know, what I'm saying, what was the last owner, what was the maintenance check on. When we buying a house, we want to do research. We want to check the foundation. We want to make sure all these things we do for purchases, but we don't have that same due diligence when it comes to matters of the heart. And we just accept anybody. We let people come in and play with us. It's crazy. I had a situation with a woman I was talking to yesterday, and she was dealing with this particular man, and this man pretty much told her that he's not really looking for anything for serious right now. He's still processing through his wife's passing and whatever, and I get that. I understand it. But when you're in a relationship with a man, ladies, and you're getting to know a man, and he tells you what he's looking for, and he puts his standards out there, then it's good for you to do yours as well. Why are you spending a lot of time with a man who's already told you he's not really looking for any real serious emotional connection yet, but then you're going to still give him the benefits as if you are his girl. At that particular time, then you need to let him know, okay, cool, I understand where you are. I understand what's going on. But since we're here at this particular point, I just want to let you know that I'm going to also be, getting to know people and still, because my goal is marriage or long-term commitment or whatever it is you're looking for. See, the problem with a lot of women, y'all let men dictate everything. And this is what blows my mind. This is what really blows my freaking mind when it comes to women. Y'all allow men to dictate everything when it comes to the situation. Like y'all don't have any say so in the matter. And a lot of y'all just go with the flow. It's because you don't want to rock the boat. You're so afraid of being alone or so afraid of being by yourself that you don't want to ask the right questions. You don't want to enforce boundaries. You don't want to let this man know exactly what it is. If you are a woman that's dating and getting to know people, you have to have your boundaries, and you can't be afraid to enforce them. She says, any advice for newlyweds? One thing I say about people who are newlywed is, number one, you need to start when you get married for the first time. Y'all need to sit down and talk about, a lot of things we don't do in marriages. We do a lot of stuff in the beginning, but when we don't do a marriage, we don't talk about relational standards, relationship standards, right? There's standards that go along with a relationship as well. You need to have boundaries also in your marriage. One of the things I would say with anybody who's a newlywed is keep outsiders outside of your marriage. Don't let new people come into your marriage. Don't let people into your marriage and knowing what's going on. You sharing your information with people. You might can have one select person that's wise or that's been there or understand what you're going on, because everybody needs somebody they can talk to. But don't let people into your marriage. Keep what goes on under your roof private. Keep it between you. Don't bring family in. Don't bring friends in, because a lot of the friends that's laughing in your face or listening to your stories are really probably a lot of times secretly jealous of you. Make sure there's honor one to another in a relationship. One thing I can say about men in relationships, one of the things we love is respect. Over everything, a man wants respect, right? Women need to be honored too. I always say this to ladies: if you whatever you want to say to a man, say it. Say what you mean. Just don't say it mean. What I say to a woman is to a man, just because you soft don't mean you soft. Treat that lady soft. Love your wife. It's a lot, but making sure that you have the right people surrounding you, keeping nonsense out of your business. Loving each other, making sure you understand relationship standards, making sure you know what each other's boundaries are, and just respect each other. That's one of the main things I would tell you. But dating, when I get back to this whole dating thing, it's crazy to me. Yeah, congrats. She says, congratulations. It was February 20th. And one of the things I say about this whole dating thing is like getting to know people and spending time with people does not necessarily automatically mean that just because I'm getting to know you that we're going to be together. This is one of the things I think a lot of women make when it comes to dating and relationships. It's like they feel as though because we're getting to know you or we're spending time together that we automatically have to be together, and that's not the case, right? We got to understand why we're there. Listen, we are in these situations to learn about each other. We are in these situations. We're in these situations to collect data, men and women. Too many times women get in a situation with a man that they like, he's spending time with you, he's taking you out, he's doing all the things you want him to do, and you automatically start to see this man as your person. This man is not your person as of yet, right? I always tell you, ladies, you need to make sure you're spending enough time with a man to really find out, and then you need to do a DTR. You're not connected to anybody until y'all have verbalized that y'all are in a committed relationship or that y'all are exclusive. The only time I would assume as a woman that you have any exclusivity when it comes to a man, right? If he hasn't sat down and talked to you about exclusivity, if you haven't talked to him about exclusivity, you don't have anything. At this particular point, you're still single. A lot of women, y'all love to assume that just because a man is coming around and hanging out with you and taking you to dinner and taking you places, that y'all are in something. And you never had the conversation with him to find out where he really is. And then you wait years down, you find out a year down the road, 6 months, 8 months down the road, that he ain't feeling you like you feeling him at all. Now you don't invested your emotions. You locked into this situation. You can't pull away. You're afraid to pull away. You don't want to get back out and start dating again. So you stuck in a situation with somebody who's not emotionally available. They just giving you what you need to keep stringing you along, and they're never going to commit. How much time is too much? She says, Nicole Superwoman, how much time is too much time to spend on a date? Nicole, I would say this: when you get to know somebody, I would not. In the beginning stages of getting to know somebody, everything should be happening within, I would say, a date 60, 90 minutes long. First time, your first meetups, 60, 90 minutes long. Because you're really there to collect data. I don't believe in this whole 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour spending time on dates with a particular person, because you're not there for that. You're there to collect data. You're there to see if there's chemistry and connection between you and this particular person. That's really why you're there. Collecting data, seeing if there's any chemistry and connection between you and this person, right? This is why you're there. 60 to 90 minutes long. You get there, you have a good time, you talk, you learn things about this person, you see if there's any chemistry, you go back home, you reflect, you contemplate on what happened, things that were said. And then if it's good, you follow up with a different things. Has to happen in stages. See, we come right out the gate. A lot of times we come right out the gate, giving people all our time, all our energy, all our resources, whatever. No, we don't want to do that. This is what sets y'all up for failure. So 60 to 90 minutes on a meetup, that's what you should do. When you have your first phone calls, when you meet somebody, the first few calls, your first phone calls when you first meet somebody should be no more than about 30, 35 minutes, because you're not trying to build chemistry connection over the phone. You want to do that in person, right? These are steps. If you follow these steps, I guarantee you, you'll be successful. You'll be successful in meeting your person, or you'll be successful in getting people out of your life. 30 to 35 minutes first phone call. You taking your top 2 vetting questions to every situation. When you have that phone call, you're taking your top 2 vetting questions, right? One of them or both of them should be your deal breakers. However you want to do it. You're asking questions around these things, and you want to have fun. You want to flirt. You want to find out. Those are 3 things I think tell you ladies always do initially when you get to know somebody. Have fun. Don't make it too serious. Don't make it too stressful. Don't make it too demanding, right? Don't seem too anxious. You have fun. You flirt. You want to make sure that there's some sexual chemistry between you and this person. If you're dealing with a person, there's no sexual chemistry between y'all. You don't see, you're not attracted to this person in that way. Then you probably ain't got no relationship. It's probably a friendship y'all building. And then you want to make sure you find out. You should never leave a phone call or a face-to-face meetup without having found out something that aligns with some of your standards, your core values, and your preferences, right? Core values are very, very important. I tell y'all this all the time. You must make sure you get your core values in order. You need to spend time with your core values. If you don't know, if you can't sit down right now and write down your top 5 core values, it's because probably you haven't spent enough time with you, or you know certain things about yourself. You don't know how to put them into words, or you just don't know what your values are at all. And if you don't know what your core values are, what you're going to end up doing is getting into a situation with a person because you like them, because they make you feel good, because you're attracted to them, and then you build off of that, and you're not connecting with a person based upon values. And those type of people get in situations, and you're the type of person that people that say, I'm gonna figure things out as I go. And as you move down the road with a particular person, guess what happens? Yeah, you find out that y'all ain't got no values aligned at all. These are things you want to find out early on, right? You want to find these things out really, really early on. Why in the world would you be spending time with anybody who you already know off gate your values on the line? Why? It's no need for me to even go on a meetup with you. It's no need for me to hang out with you. It's no need for me to sit on the phone all day with you if I find out that none of our values in dating don't align. They just don't align. It's okay. You might be a great person, but I like to travel. You don't. That's important to me. That's a deal breaker to me. Why are we connected? Faith is important to me. I'm a person who believes I want to connect with somebody who got shared faith, right? You don't. Why are we connected? Because you cute, because you handsome, because you got a nice car, a house, or a job. You understand what I'm saying? Dating takes preparation. If you're a woman that's dating, you got low self-esteem, you shouldn't be dating. If you're a man dating, low self-esteem, you shouldn't be dating. If you're not gainfully employed, good place in your life, you shouldn't be dating. One of the things I read in your book, Natalia, you talked about how to become more feminine was to alleviate a lot of the stress and pressure off of your mind when it comes to finances. So you set up a system in your life to alleviate that stress so you can relax in your femininity more. I thought that was powerful. I thought that was powerful. I thought that was powerful. She said she got a system in place. A lot of y'all women, listen, everything you need to have, you need to be prepared before you start dating and getting out here and getting to know people. Now, let's say this. Say you meet a man and you and this man are having a great time. This guy that you're getting to know never brings up anything. Now, see, now y'all started out because before you start dealing with anybody, ladies, when you get to know a man, the first thing you need to find out before you even get in the car, let's metaphorically speaking, before you get in the car relationship with him, you need to make sure that y'all are traveling in the same direction. What does that mean, Coach Paul? Traveling in the same direction means simply this. I need to make sure we're on the same rating scale. What does that mean? That means I'm going to have a conversation with you beforehand. I'm dating with intention. What are your dating goals? Why are you dating? Why you get to know people? Are you dating with intention as well? This is the first thing you need to know before you even get in that car with that man. If you're going north and he's going south, y'all are already unequally yoked. Y'all are already not going to be a good fit for each other. First thing you want to find out, are y'all on the same readiness scale? He's dating with intention. You're dating with intention. You're not dating with intention. You just are having fun or whatever, however you want to do it. That's the first thing you need to find out before you even get into the situation and start moving with this man. Now, a lot of times what'll happen is a dude will tell you in the beginning, I'm dating with intention. A lot of times dudes lie. They say that because they want to be with you. They know it's the right thing to say. It doesn't matter that they lied about it, because now that he said yes to that, you're going to watch the behavior. You don't care about the lie, because the lie probably going to come. Let me say that again. You won't care about the lie. But when you find out about it, then you ask him. If he say yes and you find out it was a lie, now you know what his character is like. So if you know his character is off, you already know this is a person you probably don't need to be dealing with anyway. So you meet this guy, he tells you, he says, yes, I'm dating with intention. Yes, I'm dating because I'm looking for my person. Now, there are times you would get into a relationship, the guy start dealing with him and find out later on down the road, he may tell you or start acting as if he's not really interested in you like that. People can't change their mind about you, just like you could change your mind about them. You understand what I'm saying? People can change their mind about you, just like you could change your mind about them. So if the person starts acting like he doesn't want to be with you, this is your time to pull away. A lot of times what I find with ladies, and I had this conversation with a lady about this the other day, too many times what ladies do when y'all start liking a man, y'all start affording all of your resources to this man, your connections. You help him start building his business. Your resources. I know a lady right now, she's getting to know a man. She's connecting him with someone because he's a painter. She's connecting with her resources. They've been on trips together, all this kind of stuff. They've only been knowing each other 4 months. Now somebody would say to me, well, Coach Paul, ain't that what you should normally do? I say yes and no. I think when you get to know somebody in the beginning, you need to be very, very careful about how much of yourself you're investing early on. It's okay to do things nice for people. It's okay to show up for people that you're getting to know and that you're interested in. But you have to be limited on how you do that. Because too many times listen, 4 months is really, really early to really figure out. What's up, Glenda? I'm doing what you told me to do. 4 months is really, really early for you to find out if a man is really, really locked in and really ready for commitment. It's really early, right? Now, he could tell you that he's into you. He could tell you that he wants to connect with you and he wants to be with you, but it's still early for you to be getting fully invested. So what you have to do is, you might show up for him and do nice things for him. There ought to be a lot of reciprocity happening at this stage. But at the end of the day, you're not going to open your whole world up to this particular dude, because I've seen too many times with women get into a situation with a guy, you start doing everything for this particular man, and now you find out later on he's not really into you. He's into the fact that you got connections. You're a resource. You got giftings. You got things that he needs. So now he's staying with you. He's staying with you and he's connecting with you. He's staying with you and he's connecting with you because he needs the things that you're offering. And not only are you giving him resources and connecting with your friends and giving them things, you're also giving him your body. You're also giving him your time. You're also giving him an ear. Y'all don't understand how important it is for me. Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something, bro. Y'all, this is the thing I don't think women understand in depth. I don't think y'all get this in depth. I don't think y'all get this in depth. Y'all don't understand as women that men need women, if not but for one thing. We need women to listen to us. We need to talk to somebody. We need to talk. Men will come into your life and never commit to you like you want him to commit, but spend all of his days and time talking to you, having conversation with you. Why? Because we need to be able to find a place where we can be open and honest and have conversation and be vulnerable. We need that. And we only get that from women. It's some woman in this man's life that he's talking to. It's either his mama, it's either one of his homegirls, or it's either you as a person he's getting to know. Don't be fooled that just because he on the phone sharing all his vulnerable stuff. Don't be fooled to think that this man is really into you just because he's talking to you. A man can sit on the phone and talk to you for hours every day and never be invested in you romantically or emotionally. You just a good outlet. You just somebody good for him to talk to. How many of y'all ever encountered? Any of y'all ever encountered that? Any of y'all ever encountered a situation where you been talking to a man, the man ain't never asked you out? All y'all do is talk on the phone. Anybody ever encountered it? And you mostly on the phone listening to all of his problems. I know I ain't talking to myself. I know somebody's encountered that. She said, make sure you like and thumbs up the live. Yeah, that happens. Now, all he's going to do is sit here and y'all having conversations every day. All right. So when you meet a man, before you get in the car, number one, you want to make sure y'all on the same rating scale. That's easy. You want to make sure y'all going in the same direction. She said, yes, and I block him so fast. Fast. You got to do that. So when you start dealing with a particular man, first thing you're going to find out, he said, my wife makes me cook five meals for her a day. She ain't even pregnant. Last night I found 400 bun wrappers stuck against the bed, boy. And advice, because now I'm eating honey buns. He said, any advice? Yeah, man, get you some water. So when you're eating them honey buns, you'll be able to wash it down. Yeah, that's what I would suggest. Get some water. Make sure if she feeding you honey buns, keep some water by the bed, because it's gonna hurt your stomach. It's gonna hurt your stomach. It's gonna take you to the bathroom. Keep some tissue in your bathroom and some wipes, because you're gonna need them too. I would say stack up on tissue and wipes. Keep some water by the bed. Yeah, best advice I can give you, my brother. Sorry about that. So you're gonna make sure that you're on the same rating scale. The next thing you want to make sure is when you get the next thing you want to make sure when you get to know somebody is you want to make sure that there's chemistry and connection. Now, how are we going to find out there's a chemistry connection? Basically by conversations we have on the phone. And when you go on your first meetups, you want to make sure there's chemistry and connection, right? If you're on the phone with a man and the conversation ain't going nowhere, you got a forced conversation, he ain't talking about nothing, you bringing up all the conversation, that's obvious. It's probably not a lot of chemistry. Now, chemistry and connection could be a little funny. So this is what I would suggest. If you give somebody conversation once, it could be, especially in person, and the energy not really there. It could be the fact that this person is a little shy or a little timid or a little, nervous because it's the first time meeting you. You understand what I'm saying? This could be the first time this person is meeting you. So they're a little nervous, and you might want to give them another chance if find out if this is true. But after that time, you gotta leave it alone. But what I would say to all of y'all, making sure that there's chemistry connection is very important. All right, number 3. Here's the third thing. Is this person emotionally available? This is what you got to find out. Is the person emotionally available? Now, somebody said, well, Coach Paul, how do you find out if a person is emotionally available? One of the ways I suggest is to listen to the type of conversations and the questions he's asking you. Typically, men who are emotionally available want to ask serious, deep, find out questions about you. They want to know about you. They're trying to find out things about you. They're asking you real questions about your past, your future, whatever, because they're really, really into you. You understand what I'm saying? They're really trying to make sure they find out, things about you. Typically, people who are not emotionally available and they're there for a good time, not a long time, they don't want to have any deep conversations. They don't want you to ask them any deep questions. A lot of times what they try to do is change the subject or the topic once you ask them anything serious about themselves. You get what I'm saying? So you got to be very, very careful about that. Also, asking the person about their dating past. One of the things you can find out to help you to find out if a person is emotionally available is, I always tell y'all about this question. Ask the question: how long was your longest relationship? Oh, my last relationship was I was married for 10 years. How long ago was that? That was about, I've been divorced now for 4 years. What have you been doing since then? Okay, well, since then I had 30-day relationship. I've been dealing with this girl for about 6 months, blah, 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 blah. So he doesn't show a pattern of commitment outside of that marriage. This could be a person that's emotionally unavailable. Don't let that fool you. Because a lot of times y'all ask people, when was your last relationship? That's not a bad question to ask. You can learn something from that too. But emotional availability, how long was your longest relationship? You're trying to find out if this person has a pattern of commitment. If you're a woman that's trying to get into a relationship and commit with a man, you want to make sure that this man is going to commit. If he doesn't show a pattern of commitment, that's a sign, or a possible sign, that he's probably not emotionally available. You understand what I'm saying? So you also, another way to find out if a person is emotionally available, look at how they treat you when y'all get to know each other. Are they showing up for you regularly? Do they have a lot of hot and cold behavior? Are they interested in finding out things about you? Or are they curious about you? Is the conversation more about smacks in your body than anything else? This could probably be a person that's not emotionally available. And these are the things we have to slow relationships down to find out. Because what happens typically in relationships is this. What happens to people in relationships typically is this. When people are in relationships, typically what happens is that when y'all meet a man that y'all like, y'all start allowing the situation to go really, really fast. Y'all are moving at warp speed at this point. When you start liking this guy, you're getting to know him, y'all spending time together, you in the car or life together, you're moving so fast. And you got to learn how to slow things down. This is why I also say this. Listen, when you get to know somebody, you got to keep a good balance of me and we time in the beginning. Because what typically happens is you start spending all your time with this person, or a lot of your time with this person, either on the phone or in person. Y'all are talking on a regular basis. One of the things I say is when you get ready to know a person, what you need to do is let them know, like, listen, there's going to be times, maybe 1 day a week or 2 days a week, that you'll hear from me in the morning, you won't hear from me the rest of the day. This is your time, sis, to sit back and to reflect and to analyze things that he said, things that's been going on. This is your way of slowing things down so you can sit and analyze and look and reflect on the relationship and things that have been happening. Too many times when you get in relationships and they're going really, really fast, think about being in the car, driving with somebody, and it's going really fast. Think about it. Think about being in the car with somebody that's going really, really fast. Guess what happens? When you're in the car with somebody, you're missing things. You can't see everything that's happening around you. This is what's happening in relationships. Y'all are missing red flags, or either you are making excuses for red flags. Because typically what happens with a lot of ladies, when you're in a relationship with a guy that you really like, or you get to know a guy that you really like, and he's showing up and he's having fun, he got you kikiing. Kiki. Oh, Kiki. Oh, me and Barry. Kiki. Oh, Barry. Kiki. That's all y'all doing. Just kikiing. Yeah. You and Barry, y'all kikiing. That's all y'all doing. She said, yes, I have it so long so I can make sure he really is the man I am. And when you start kikiing with this particular person, you start missing something. I've seen a lot of people, listen, I've seen a lot of women overlook red flags and things they see happening because they're having fun with this guy. And then you start making excuses for bad behavior. Ladies, let me tell y'all this. There's a lot of trolls in here. I see TikTok, YouTube is a little different, but I'm gonna learn how to work it. Trust and believe. I'm gonna learn how to work it. Natalia, y'all still in here? Glenda, you still in here? Gloria, you still in here? Make sure y'all comment real quick, so I make sure I ain't do the wrong thing. Just say what's up or something. I appreciate that. Okay, cool. I want to make sure I ain't get right. Okay, cool. Thank y'all. All right. Thank you for your subscription. So let's go back to what I was saying. So you start having fun with a guy, you start overlooking things, or you make excuse for bad behaviors. When you first meet a guy, it's very, very important that you set the stage in the beginning for how you want to be treated throughout that relationship. You got to remember this, because what happens with a lot of people is you start accepting things. And I always tell y'all that relationships typically end how they begin. Relationships typically end how they begin. You don't want to overlook anything. Anything you see, especially early on, is setting the stage for what you're going to see more of later. Listen to me again. Anything you see early on, usually, especially if it's negative behavior, usually is setting the stage for what you're going to see more of later. You got to start establishing your boundaries in the beginning of this situation. As soon as you see something, don't overlook it. Don't act like it wasn't there. Don't excuse it. I've seen women try to excuse a man. For instance, I'm gonna give y'all an example. There's a lady I know. She's dealing with a dude. They're getting to know each other. He tried to make a move with her sexually at one point. The first time he did it, she addressed it. Okay, he didn't do it again for a while. Guess what happened? Eventually, he brought it up again. Now, I'm not upset that a man is sexually interested in you, because that's a good thing. But when he starts overstepping the boundary, start kind of like kicking up against that boundary when you've already expressed to him that you're not trying to do that, blah, 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 you want to get to know him, blah, blah, blah. So he did it again. All right, second time. He did it again the third time. It's 3 times. Now, I typically tell people when the person does something 3 times, this is really who they are. They showing you who they really are. People don't just trip. You might trip over your foot one time. You might trip over the second time. But the chances you doing it the third time, unless you just did it on purpose, nah. So then this time when she asked him about it, he tried to say that he did it because he was intoxicated. Now, but you wasn't intoxicated the first 2 times. You know what? So what happens is I told her, I said, listen, at this particular point, once you enforce your boundaries and let a man know how you feel about something, because you got to remember, you can't expect somebody to respect a boundary that they don't know nothing about. So when it comes time for you to talk about that, like if he invites you to his house and your boundary is you don't go to people's houses before a certain amount of time or blah, 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 then you need to express that, you know what, I appreciate the invite, but I'd rather not go to your house at this time, So you enforce that. You let them know, right? Once you do that, it's up for them to respect your boundaries. A good way to get to know who the person you dealing with is, do they respect your boundaries? Because if they don't respect your boundaries while you're getting to know them and dating, they definitely ain't gonna respect your boundaries when you get married. This stuff is not rocket science. The reason why a lot of y'all get played and taken advantage of because you don't have any systems, any tools, anything in place, right? You just out here just freelancing, willy-nilly, just going with people, having fun, and just seeing what happened and seeing where it goes. You're never gonna win like that. Now, once a man has crossed the boundary of yours for the third time, at this particular point, you got to make a serious decision. Do I continue to get to know this man, or do I take this for what it is and I start to back away? He could be a good person, but maybe he's not a good person for me, and I need to pull away from the situation. Because if you don't address this thing by the third time, if you have to address it again, you have to address it in a way that's very, very firm. And this is how you need to do it. You need to say, listen, I talked to you about this, this is the third time, about how I feel about, Smex at this point, at this stage of the game for us. This is my boundary that I've already told you about. If this happens again, I'm gonna be honest with you, you probably won't hear from me again. Or if this happen again, I'm gonna have to walk away from the situation, because it seems to me that this is what's most important to you. This is how you do that. And then once you put that out there, You stand on it. Because if you don't stand on it, and he does it again, and you stay around, he's never going to take you serious. He's going to take you for granted, and the mistreatment of you is going to begin at that point. Did anybody hear what I just said? Did anybody hear what I said? Does that make any sense? This is what a lot of women don't want to do when they get to know a person in relationships, because you too afraid to, if you rock your boat, you too afraid if you say it, he gonna walk away, and now you're gonna have to start over again. That shouldn't matter to you. Listen, you should be so serious about you and about your boundaries and about who you are that you listen. If you got to walk away 1,000 times, you willing to do it. If a person does something 3 times that you told them that you didn't want it to happen, they're telling you who they are. Why are you? Don't excuse it. Now, the lady that I'm talking about now, this is what she did. I told her, I said, you got to have this conversation with this man. She says, okay. I told to her, did you have a conversation with him? No, I didn't do it. I was just so afraid of it. Here we go. I was just so afraid to enforce my boundary. I just got to work on that. Now, right? She didn't enforce the boundary. And then this is what she said in the next word. She says, you know, but he's just such a great guy. Here you go with the excusing again. This is what y'all do. You start excusing bad behavior. You start excusing bad behavior. You do not excuse bad behavior, right? You reward good behavior and you punish bad behavior in relationships, dating, getting to know somebody. This is where y'all make mistakes. Because if you excuse bad behavior and I notice you excusing it and I know you letting it slide, you're going to get more of it. You're going to get more of what you allow, sis. This is why I tell you ladies all the time, stop blaming everybody else. It's not always, I'm going to use that word. It's not always everybody else's fault because you're in the situation you're in. A lot of times it's because you wouldn't address things that you should have addressed when you saw it. Address it by speaking about it or address it by walking away. You know what I'm saying? You got to address it by walking away. This is how you enforce boundaries. But too many times, let me tell y'all something. One of the things I tell y'all ladies all the time, the most powerful word you ever going to have and be able to use is the word no. That word no, I tell y'all this all the time, that word no is going to be a powerful arsenal in your vetting toolbox. The word no. Let me tell you, before I get on there, let me tell you some things you need to have in your vetting toolbox. Number 1, patience. Number 2, a person. What I mean when I say a person, you're going to have patience in your vetting toolbox. Gloria, please write this down so we can have this. You're going to have patience in your vetting toolbox. You're going to have a person in your vetting toolbox. What does a person mean? A person is thank you, what is her name? Mel Shay Les. You can have patience in your vetting toolbox. You're going to have a person. What do I say when I mean a person? Listen, ladies, when you're getting to know a man and you're getting serious about this man, there needs to be at least 1 or 2 men that you have in your vetting toolbox that you can bring this man around. One thing about men, ladies, is we act differently around other men than we do around women. A lot of times y'all like to bring men around women. If he's a player, he manipulates women all the time. So he's not afraid to come around your girls. But he will act differently and be a little different if you bring him around men. You need at least 1 to 2 solid men in your life that you can bring this man that you're getting to know, that you're getting serious about around before you start saying, you know, you're going to commit to this person. And you need to see how he shows up around other men. And don't just do it one time. Bring him at least twice. Right? to see what kind of behaviors have, and then ask the people that you bring them what do they think about the particular guy. Y'all remember when they used to let us test drive cars? Y'all remember when we used to let us test drive? We would take the car around to our parents and everybody. Hey, look at this car. You need to bring this man around other men. Or if you don't have a man in your life, or somebody, find you a man, somebody that you trust, that cares about you, that you can bring him around. Now, if you don't have a man, try to find somebody. If you can't find somebody, here's another thing you need to do. Time. So you need to have patience, you need to have a person, and you need to have time. When I say time in your vetting toolbox, this is a good way to vet a person. Time. Oh, I don't want to use the word time or the word delay. I'll use time for now. Time to lie or delay. Time/delay. What this means is that you're not going to give your body away to a particular person. You're not going to be physical with anybody for a certain amount of time that you have predetermined. This can help you identify who this person is. Typically, a man who's really, really out here looking for the poom poom, he want the poom poom really quickly. And he ain't gonna wait but for so long before he get the poom poom, before he get to start getting frustrated and mad at you because you're not giving him the poom poom. If you're not sure about this guy, one of the best ways to identify who this man is withhold the poom poom, because withholding the poom poom, how he responds and acts toward that. Because a lot of dudes that ain't really there for the poom poom, if they're not really there for that, you know what they do? If you don't give it to him right away, if you don't withhold, if you withhold that, he's still going to be pursuing you. He's still going to be curious about you. He's still going to be asking you out. It's not going to be a major thing for him. Now, some dudes know how to wait you out too. Some dudes they know how to wait you out, play the game and play around. But eventually, you're going to start seeing signs of that. All right. And another way that your toolbox is to tell that person no. No is, somebody said, it's a complete sentence. The word no is important when you're dating, ladies, because men who are spoiled, used to getting their way, want to control a woman, want their way, they don't like the word no. That word no is yeah. That word no is serious for them. They're gonna throw a fit when they can't get what they want. They want to come by your house at a certain time with my bound. And the word no is enforcing your boundaries, is what I'm saying. No means enforcing your boundaries. Men that are narcissistic, they don't like the word no. Right? If you start telling the person no, you can't come to my house at a certain time. No, I don't want to do this. No, I want to do this. How they respond? No. So if you tell a person no, and he says, oh, I understand, I respect that. Because typically people that respect your boundaries usually have their own boundaries. People that don't respect boundaries are typically people that don't have boundaries of their own. And they're used to dealing with people with no boundaries. So whenever you start dealing with this man, you start enforcing boundaries, he starts throwing a fit and getting mad at you or being passive aggressive with, okay, if that's how you want to roll, okay, cool. Women don't usually deal with me like that, but if that's what you want to do, that's okay. That's a passive aggressive behavior. He's telling you who he is right there. See, these are the things you cannot overlook in the beginning, because whatever you look in the beginning, you're probably going to get more. Relationships typically end how they begin. If you look back at any situation you've been in and how it ended, it's probably some things that you saw in the beginning that you overlooked, sis. So in your vetting toolbox, you need to have patience, you need to have a person, you need to have time and delay, and you need to have the word no. Okay. I don't want y'all to stop dating. This is the thing. Some people, let me tell y'all something. I've had people that were frustrated about dating. They just said, well, maybe God ain't, just telling me I ain't supposed to be. But God ain't told you that. You just frustrated right now because you keep meeting people that don't align with what you want. And now you're mad. Now you're trying to blame God. You got to find somebody to blame. Now you're going to blame God. But God don't want me to have nobody. That's not true. The fact of the matter is the fact you just haven't met your person. I always tell people dating is a numbers game. Dating is a numbers game. You're not always going to walk right outside your front door and meet somebody. The first time you say hello, it may be you got to keep showing up. Now, you're not putting all of your focus and your whole life focus on meeting a person either, right? While you're opening yourself up to meeting a person, and you're opening yourself up to getting to know a person, you still doing your thing. You still pursuing. You're going to school. You're writing books. You bettering yourself. You working out. You're going to the gym. You're traveling. You're still doing life. Right? I don't want you to be so totally focused on finding a person that your whole world is about finding the person. That shouldn't be the case, because when you start dealing with a dude, then you start to show up to them situations dealing with people very desperately. Any man that meets you and you ain't got no goals, nothing you pursuing, no dreams, no aspiration, any man that meets you like that is probably going to be a man that come in and want to take advantage of you because he know you ain't got nothing going on. You should not be a woman that has nothing happening in your life outside of a man. You shouldn't. You should not be a woman that's just sitting around. Some of y'all don't have anything going on. Why would you want to bring somebody into your world and you ain't even created a world for yourself? But you out here looking for a man, or you out here wanting to be with a man. I don't get it. Take your time. Take your time. Making sure that you at the place you want to be within you. Making sure when you look in the mirror, you feel good about yourself. And if you don't go do the work, let me tell y'all something. Vulnerability, insecurity, low self-esteem shows up on a person as soon as they walk through the door. They say it takes about 7 seconds for a person to make a judgment about you. About 7 seconds. So that means when a man looks at you, he's looking at you to find out, thank you, Gloria, what's really going on with you. It takes a man 7 seconds to make a decision about you. And once he makes that decision about you in his head, because he's looking, especially if he's a player, he's looking to see if he can see vulnerability, he can see low self-esteem, and he can see it. Do you not know when people make judgments about you within them 7 seconds, you know where most of that judgment comes from? What about you helps them to make most of that judgment? Nonverbals, body language. Body language, y'all don't understand how important body language is. Body language tells so much about a person. Body language does. So if a man is out here preying on women, he's broken. Broken people attract broken people. He's broken, you broken. He's looking for somebody he can just get in and have fun with, and y'all can just do y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? If he see that you look easy and you got low self-esteem and your body language is off, you're gonna be the one he gonna come after. If you are a woman that's constantly attracting, all the time attracting, and not just attracting though, because you can't determine who you attract. We attracting people, you're gonna attract everybody. You know, you can't determine who you can attract. But my focus on you is this: who do you keep bringing home though? That's the problem. Right? You can't determine when you walk outside what bug gonna hit you upside the head, but you can't determine what bug you're gonna swat, and if you're gonna take the bug home to be a pet. Some of y'all are not just attracting men, the wrong men, y'all bringing them home. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not just, it ain't just about that y'all, what's up, Nicole, Superwoman? It ain't just that y'all just attracting people, y'all bringing them home, spending time with them. That's a deeper problem. You should be comfortable. If you are a person that's healed and in a good space in your life, you should be comfortable around people that ain't healed and they've been bringing nonsense to your world. You get what I'm saying? Shay Les 550. You know what I'm saying? So when you walk outside, you can determine who you bring home. So if you keep constantly, if you've had multiple relationships. And this is one thing I always tell y'all ladies to do that y'all don't do enough. And I had to keep reiterating this to y'all. If you've had multiple relationships that fail, you need to sit down and you need to start tracking your dating patterns. This is why I tell y'all to go to my website, paullbryant.com. Go to paullbryant.com. There's an ebook in there called 5 Tips to Dating Success. The first chapter of this ebook teaches you how to track your dating patterns. It asks you about 30-something questions to help you track your dating patterns. What does that mean? When you start tracking your dating patterns, you start seeing how you showing up and what you've allowed. And then what happens is you start changing your behavior moving forward. Some of y'all don't have changed behavior because you don't even know that the behavior exists because you never sat down and tracked your patterns. So when you go out and start meeting people and start dating and have a conversation, people, you're doing the same thing that you've done in every other failure situation because you don't even recognize or identify that the behavior exists because you've never tracked your dating patterns. If you're going to be dating and you've had multiple failed relationships, thank you, Lena Legion. Have a good one. And I wish you success in your marriage. If you are a person that's had multiple failed relationships, you need to be sitting down tracking your dating pattern, finding out what you've done and allowed and who you've accepted, because it's not everybody's fault. Thank you, Glenda. Y'all go to paullbryant.com so you can get either one of my books. I got a 30-day guided workbook on there called From Lost to Love, 30-day guided workbook for dating success. Y'all can go purchase that as well. Get these resources in your life. Have some tools, learn how to do this, especially if you're a person that's out here doing it. Let me tell y'all something about the game. The game is the game. It's not changing. And the game ain't going nowhere. The game's going to be here forever. When this generation of people is no longer here, it's going to be a new generation of people playing the game. You need to identify. I don't teach y'all what the game looks like so you can play the game. I teach you what the game looks like so you won't get played by the game. Too many of y'all get played over and over by the same game, just by different men. And you keep getting played and keep getting played. Some of y'all are very beautiful women. Men gonna be interested in you. Yeah, some of y'all are beautiful. You got that look that people want, and people are gonna be interested in you. Yeah. But you got to make sure that you know how to identify who's there for the right reason, who's there for the wrong reason. Stop entertaining for long periods of time people that's not there for the right reason. Because I'm going to tell you something about people. We know how to come in. I told y'all before, the game is really nothing but it's really psychological. It's a lot of psychology that goes into this whole game thing. We don't know that we're doing psychology a lot of time, but it's what it is. If you look at the behaviors of it, this is why it's all mind games, right? Psychology. This is why, and I tell you this all the time, this is why when y'all break up or somebody, you break up with somebody or you've been in a good relationship with somebody and they just walk away from you, the first thing you feel like is what? I'm going crazy. I'm losing my mind. Why do you feel like that? Because you just got played. Yeah, you just got played. This is why women spaz out on dudes. Bust windows, scratch cars, flatten tires, do all that kind of stuff. Because your mind, you feel like you're losing it. Because this man just played mind games on you. This is what the game is. This is why I try to teach y'all as a dating relationship coach how to date with your head and your heart. A lot of times y'all ladies are led a lot by this. I heard a man say this and I think it's so true. A lot of women, they said when women drive the car, they put emotions in the driver's seat and logic in the passenger seat. And that's so true when y'all date. I've seen it happen myself. I've seen it happen so many times. You put logic in the passenger seat and emotions in the driver's seat. Happens a lot of times. You have to be careful. You have to be careful. All right, any questions? Any questions? I don't know. Are we able to bring people up to the stage in here? I don't know how this works. This is my first day. This is my first time doing live on our YouTube. I usually do my lives on TikTok. Is this how that goes? Can you bring people to the stage and we ask questions? How did that work in here? I don't know. Anybody know? Thank you, Nicole Superwoman. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is my first live over here. I said, let me come over. I've been over here for a long time just posting content, but I haven't never gone live. Or you gotta have a third party app. Okay, I got you. I got what you're saying. That's cool. But y'all can ask any questions. Y'all got any questions? If any of y'all are getting to know anybody right now, you got questions about that relationship, you can ask. For y'all that don't know, my name is Coach Paul. I am a 30 plus dating relationship coach. I've been doing dating relationship coaching for many years. I didn't just start doing it yesterday. I didn't just start doing it in the last 5 years. I've been doing it since 2010. I wrote my first book in 2014. So I've been doing this for a long time. I've seen a lot of success in this. I've seen people win with this. You know, the problem I see with a lot of women is that uh, y'all sometimes you want to adjust how you do things, and that's a lot of times that's a part of the problem, to make these adjustments to be more successful. Because when you start making these adjustments, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna move people out of your life real quick. When you start dating like this and enforcing boundaries, especially, I'm telling y'all right now, one of them, let me tell y'all something. I can say this to y'all all day. I can say it till I'm blue in the face. It's gonna take me a long time to get blue because I'm dark skinned. Let me tell y'all something. You don't understand how much enforcing boundaries is gonna move people out of your world. Because dudes that come into your life that they there for their own selfish gain, selfish reasons. That word no, boy, is gonna mess them up. And that's how you move people out of your life. And the goal is, ladies, to get men out of your world really, really quickly, especially the ones that don't belong, so you can get to the ones that's supposed to be there. Dating is a numbers game. It really is. They say on average, and I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again. I like to throw this number out here because I want y'all to know the real. They say on average, now this could be more or less, it says it takes between 40 to 60 meetups before you meet your person. 40 to 60 meetups before you meet your person. On average, 40 to 60. Now, how do y'all feel? Let me ask y'all this question. How do y'all feel about because I don't believe in doing dinner dates when you first meet somebody. I think you should be doing something simple like a coffee, tea date, activity, or something like that. How do y'all feel about, she said I wasted too much time on the wrong person? How much time was that? In dating, should relationships with an extra fam or friends be a red flag, since that they may come in contact with the ex at some point? 12 years, she said. Wow. In dating, should relationships with an ex's family or friends be a red flag, since they may come in contact with that person at some point? That's a good question. I would say this, Superwoman. I can't say no to that, because there are some relationships that you make you connect with that just become lasting relationships, right? My ex-wife, I'm cool with her. Me and her brother was cool. Now we don't talk every day, but we still have communication. We still talk. We still whatever. But I can talk to him apart from her. Now, and I still deal with her because we got a child together. But every relationship is not meant to just be broken because one relationship didn't work. I think it takes maturity though, and I think it takes a real sense of, I don't want to be with this person no more. But I don't think it's always wrong to have connection with somebody from that ex's family, because that could be a bond and relationship that they build and it's strong, and he or she had no desire for that person. Yeah, I don't think that's a necessarily always a bad thing. Now, if you start to see that this person is using that as a way to try to connect with somebody, or a way to try to see that person on the low, then you gotta deal with that for what it is. But all situations have to be dealt with differently on a case by case basis, because some situations are just strong. You build strong connections, especially if you've been with a person for a while and you've been around her family. You connect. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. It's certain things I think when it happens. Now, let me ask y'all this question. Let me ask y'all this. How do y'all feel about being in a relationship with somebody that is still talks to their ex? Now, no kids involved or whatever, but they still talk to their ex from time to time. How do y'all feel about that? Or let me make a better question. How do you let me forget that. Not that one. How do y'all feel about getting to know somebody, man getting to know a woman, getting to know a man getting to know a woman, and your person has a lot of friends of the opposite sex? How do you feel about that? You say you look like Rick Ross. Probably about 150 pounds lighter, but I get that all the time. How y'all feel about being dealing with somebody who uh is still has a lot of friends of the opposite sex? Me personally, it's I don't think it's a normal thing because I don't. One thing about men is men don't just go around collecting female friends, especially heterosexual men. You understand what I'm saying? Listen to what I'm saying. Heterosexual men don't go around collecting female friends. It's just not a normal thing for men to do that. Now, I've seen women who have a lot of male friends, so they say, but or male acquaintances or whatever. But even that's a little tricky because when a man is in a woman's life, typically he's not there just to be your friend. It's either he's liked you at one point and y'all couldn't make that work, so y'all became friends. But in the back of his mind, he's if a chance ever came up, he still would want to be with you. Outside of it being family, men don't just go around just collecting female friends. If we got a woman that we call our friend, it's probably because we trying to stay in close proximity, waiting for that opportunity that we've always wanted. That she probably always told us no on, but she cool peeps, and we don't want to just totally leave her alone. I'm okay with it as long as they have as many male friends. If it's only female friends, then I'd imagine he's burned a lot of bridges or can't hold up in front of real men. That's a good point. Let me tell y'all something. One of the things I say about getting to know a person too, vetting, this is also something good to put in your toolbox. How does the people that know him speak about him or her? What do their close friends and family and people that know them say about them? That speaks volumes about who this person is and the character because people love to be around good people. People that are genuinely good people they usually have a lot of friends and people love to be around them and people speak highly of them. If you're dealing with somebody who ain't got no real friends and ain't got really nobody speaking highly of them, you might want to look into that a little bit deeper. Because good people usually have a lot of people that want to, yeah, you got to be careful about that. It's another thing you want to look at. I judge that. You could judge a person who a person is by what their family say about them, how highly they speak of them, or whatever, or what people that know them speak about them. You know what I'm saying? They can bring everybody talking good about, yo, this is a great man. Hey man, this guy, she's an amazing woman, blah 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 blah. But then they ain't got nobody saying anything about that, and it's only a few people. You might want to look into that. Yeah, pay attention to that. Ladies, when you meet a guy, listen, let me tell y'all something. When y'all first meet somebody, you all listen, the leverage and the power in those beginning stages is pretty much in your favor. When I'm pursuing you, I'm coming after you. You know what's the name? You know, Meles. What is it? How do you say your name? Like I'm trying to read it. Is it Melissa? Melissa 550 550? No, I can't read it. How to spell? It's spelled Melesh. Is it Mel? I don't know. Uh, what was I saying? What was I saying? Me, Leisha. Me, Leisha. Melisha. Okay. Me, Leisha. Thank you for that. Yeah, I'll be putting all these names on here, man. I can't even have this. That's a screen name, bro. No, so I know, but I like to call y'all by whatever name you put on here. You know, I don't want to be looking at y'all, be like, hey, what up, TT? Your name is, you know, yeah, yeah. What up? What up? What up, Thelma? Your name is Nicole Superwoman. I want to call you Thelma. You put the name on there for a reason. I want to call you by the name. It's just hard to read because all that stuff be coming together, but I respect it. Um, what was I saying? I forgot my thought. Y'all got me off. So let me ask you: are any of you in here listening to me getting to know anybody at this time? Any of you ladies that's listening to me, or men that's listening to me, are you getting to know anybody at this time? Like, what's been happening? Or you got anybody that you're in conversations with, or trying, might want to take you out soon, or whatever, whatever. What I was saying is the leverage is in your favor when you first meet somebody, ladies, and you got to remember that those first three conversations, the first week of talking or whatever, whatever, you're basically setting the tone and the stage for how you want to be treated throughout this situation, right? You want to make sure that a person is showing up and investing in you just as much as you're investing in them. You want to make sure that you're putting your boundaries out there as soon as possible. Now, what does that mean? Now, listen, I'm not saying you going into a situation you just immediately talking about. Women tend to do that. Y'all get out, start meeting people, and you so ready to put your boundaries out there. That's not how you do that. When situations come up, and you gotta enforce your boundaries, that's when you do it, and you do it politely. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of y'all are just very, very negative when it comes to enforcing boundaries and stuff. I don't deal with no man. All that kind of, it turns people off. One of the things I say to women all the time, especially even when you're doing dating apps, is that you should have positivity. Be positive in your demeanor and how you approach. If you have a little bit of frustration about relationships, and you've been through a lot of bad things, and you've had a lot of bad breakups and things that's happening, it can kind of control how you respond to certain situations that may happen when you're dealing with some people. You could come off really as rugged and rough and mean. Make sure you deal with that before you get out and start dating. Sometimes y'all need to detox before you move on to the next person. Don't just move from one person to the next. Detox, take some time to yourself, woosah, and then move forward. She said, do you think it's important to match energy? To mirror, I definitely match energy, mirror energy, most definitely. I definitely think that's important. I definitely think it's important. I definitely think it's important. One of the things I say to y'all, if you're getting to know a man, you've been spending a lot of time with a man, and at some point in this situation, you start to recognize this man doesn't show a sense of urgency about anything about you. He's basically telling you what it really is. No sense of urgency. You got a problem in your life. You got something that's happening. You got something that's going on, and he shows no sense of urgency about that. He probably ain't really into you like that. One way to recognize if a man is really into you is how he responds to you when you have an issue. You on the side of the road, your tire need to be changed. You need this, da 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 da. Right? Anybody in your life that really loves and cares about you, especially if he's a man, he's gonna turn the world upside down about you. Why would you allow a man to be in your life that you supposed to be getting to know, dating or whatever, and he shows no sense of urgency about you? You got to listen. Y'all got to stop not believing what you see. What you see is what it is. It's that. What you see is what it is. Stop second guessing stuff. Stop, and sometimes you can see things and put it on the back burner and save it for later. You can do that. This is why I tell y'all to journal your dating journeys. When you're getting to know a man or having, going out with a man and doing, you need to be going back home and writing things down. You need to be writing down the good things that he did. Write down some of the questionable things that he did. So you can keep a record, not necessarily to judge him, but to help you to identify what's going on. If you're writing things down, you start to see more red flags than you see in green flags, you got a problem. Or more yellow flags than you see in green flags, and you start seeing a lot of red flags, you got a problem. You need to be writing things down. And what also writing these things down and identifying, it helps you to identify the game and see how men do certain things. One thing about the people that play the game, they can play the game so good because they do it a lot. You got to understand that. Men that play the game, right? Men that are always playing. We play all the time. So we get good at playing. You need to get good at identifying as a woman. He coming in with all that lovey-dovey stuff. Yeah, he want to do this for you and all that. And I'm not, listen, let me say this to y'all. It's nothing wrong with allowing a man to do it. Just because a man does nice things for you don't mean he's love bombing you. One thing I always tell y'all about love bombing, it happens in stages. There's the idolization stage, and there's the devaluing stage, right? First they start idolizing you. They come in your life, you the best thing since sliced bread. I ain't never had nobody like you. You so amazing. All that idolization. They do that for a while, so they can get you locked in, and then they start devaluing you. They don't show up for you like they used to show up before you no more. They ain't giving like they give. They ain't coming around like they ain't calling. They doing all the stuff they at the beginning, the devaluing stage. And then what happened when you speak up about it? You know what? I know this. You ain't really. Then he starts saying, "Well, you know what? Look at all the things I've done for you. Look how I showed up for you. I care about you. What? Then he goes back to exaltation stage again. And then it goes back after he gets you back to where he wants you to be. Then it goes back to the devaluing stage again. And the whole situation keep going up and down, up and down. That's what love bombing does. He starts coming in and giving these fantasy statements. I can't wait to be with you one day. I can't wait to marry you one day. I can't wait to, for us to be together. I can't wait to have your last name. I can't wait to all these fantasy statements and things that he's never really going to do to get you locked in. This is what love bombing looks like. Just because a person brings you flowers on a first date or first meetup, just because a person is nice to you, does not necessarily mean they love bombing you. It's a difference. Love bombing, there's no consistency. It starts and it stops. When a person is just a good person, it's consistency in that. I want y'all ladies to get comfortable with being able to accept people doing good things for y'all. One thing about women, I've told y'all this before, y'all have a hard time accepting good things from people. You don't know how to accept compliments and just say, thank you, I appreciate that. He says, you beautiful, you're attractive. Okay, thank you. I thank you so much. I appreciate that. If somebody, most time people come in and say you're attractive, oh, I had to, I got a little stomach though, but I'm working. Why you gotta say that? That man ain't said nothing about your stomach. He said you were beautiful, you were attractive, and you brought up your stomach. Oh, that's a nice dress. You look, oh girl, you look good in that dress. That dress really, boy, that dress doing this thing to you. Oh, you know what? This, yeah, my mama gave me this, and it's an old dress in the family. He ain't asked you that. He just say you look good in the dress. Just say thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. This is what you gotta understand. A lot of y'all ladies have a hard time receiving because you feel like if you start receiving, then you owe somebody something in return, and you don't. You don't owe somebody something because they did something for you. I've heard a lot of women say when a man take them out to dinner, you almost feel obligated. You got to do something back for him. A lot of women have told me that they have smacks with men because they felt like that was the thing they were supposed to do. They felt obligated to do it. What? You feel obligated to give a man your body. I've heard women say it on the phone with me, talking to me. I feel like that's that's what men look for. I feel like I was obligated to do it. No. Ladies, you sit back, you chill, you take the compliments, you give compliments back too, but you take them. If you want to do something nice, so you accept it. Now, there's limits to that though. I remember this one lady I was getting to know. She said the dude she was just meeting this dude. And he saw she was in a bad space. He saw she was a single mother. He was pursuing her real heavy. And then he asked her one day, talking about some, why don't you just give me your light bill? Let me pay your light bill. If I see you kind of got kids and you're struggling, whatever, I want to do something nice for you. Just tell me what your information is, and I'll pay the light bill for you every month, blah, 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 blah. And she called me and said, Coach Paul, you think I should do that? I said, no. How long you been here? I don't been on it for a month. No, you shouldn't do that. No, you shouldn't do it. That's too much too soon. Why would he want to do that for you? He ain't just saying give you the money for the light bill. He talking about paying your light bill every month. He just met you. That's love bombing. He trying to set you up. And guess what happened? Guess what ended up happening? Y'all put guess what? Because I want to make sure y'all listen to me. Y'all don't fell asleep. I don't see no comments move. Guess what happened? Y'all say what in the comment? Nicole Superwoman, you know what happened? I'm Milbury, you know what happened? Glenda, all y'all know, you know what happened? She kept dealing with the man. Guess what? She found out the man was married. Yep. She found out he was married. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all something about me. I don't brag about what I do and how I coach and how I help women. I don't brag about it. I just do what I do. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I am the top dating relationship coach in the country. I really am. And y'all, it's gonna be seen sooner than later. I'm gonna be on for y'all that don't know, I'm gonna be on Tony Gaskin's podcast in a couple of weeks. That's gonna be releasing soon. There's things that's happening. But I'm telling y'all this. I'm talking to y'all about things that I know works. Why? Because I was a player. I was a player for many, many years. I tell this story all the time. I had my first encounter with a woman at 15 years old. And from 15 to all the way up into my 30s, I played women, ran women, using the game, doing certain things, showing up certain ways, getting women to do what I want them to do, getting women to go against themselves to do what I want them to do. It's all kinds of things that happen. Women that said they wouldn't do certain things. Guess what? They doing it. Women that said, I would never be with another woman. You did it. I would never sleeping with sisters. Told the whole family because I'm dealing with both of the sisters. Why? I didn't care about nobody but myself. I wanted what I wanted. And I was manipulative. Because that's what the game teaches you to do. It teaches you how to manipulate, teaches you how to connive and scheme and be false. That's what it was. So I don't play the game no more. I don't do that anymore. And what I'm trying to teach y'all is how to identify so y'all won't get played. A lot of y'all, if y'all listen to what I tell y'all do what I tell y'all, I'm telling y'all, you would never get played again. Because one thing about men, we ain't that intricate. Yes, sis, I turned my life around. One thing about men, we ain't that deep. We are not that complicated. The only reason we're able to get over on y'all a lot of times is because a lot of times y'all are coming to this situation with your emotions locked in, and men are coming with their logic locked in, and that makes the playing field unbalanced. And then two, some of y'all, let me be clear, some of y'all want to get played. Because some of y'all just want somebody to come into your life and Johnny, Mark, Lester. That's what some of y'all want. Some of y'all, y'all just want somebody to come in there and tune you up from time to time. And you got to be honest with that. Some of y'all are in situations y'all in right now because that's what you wanted. You wanted somebody to come and tune you up. And then you get in situations where he starts tuning you up and you like him now because he's been tuning you up, and you want to turn it into a relationship now. And he like, nah, I just want to come over and tune you up. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Dudes would show up for you, ladies. Dudes would show up for you in ways that seem like they're in a relationship for you, for real, until they find out that you start liking them, and that's when they start disappearing. As long as he know you ain't really feeling him like that, in a lot of cases, he's showing up for you like this, and you ain't really in that. Yeah, he'll show up for you until you feel like there's a lot required of him, and now you starting to like him, and you want him around more, and you demanding more of his time. That's when he start disappearing. Yeah, that's typically how it works. Yep. Mila Shay, yep, you can go to my website, paullbryant.com. paullbryant.com. You can schedule a one-on-one with me there. There's a couple of books on there. There's a book called, it's a 30-day guided workbook called Lost in Love. 30-day guided workbook for dating success. You can get that book, or you can download the ebook, 5 tips for dating success, or just schedule a one-on-one call. All of my prices and stuff are really, really inexpensive because I don't try to, I want to be able to be affordable for everybody that may need me to help them. But it's gonna be impactful. I do one-on-one dating relationship coaching where I work with you. We do regular calls and all that kind of stuff. But all I ask y'all ladies is just just let me help you. I like to see you successful. So when I call you and we talk, you be like, I ain't do it. I'm like, okay, I see you ain't ready. So y'all write down my schedule. I'm gonna try to come on at least once a week. What up, pretty creature? What you doing over here, girl? What's going on? I was just thinking about you yesterday, pretty creature, because I looked up I was looking at the video from the last event, and I saw you and your homegirls. How are all your girls doing? How they all doing? You brought the whole crew out with you that night, boy. Yeah, I've been in my man. I had to take a break, boy. Y'all. I'm telling you, I was telling them this when I first got on air, boy. Y'all women be weighing me out, man. I'm telling you, I had to take a break. Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, and I'm still breaking. I'm gonna tell you that right there, bro. It just be too much, man. Y'all don't understand. Like, I be, I'm so vested in helping y'all win. And it's like I get so burnt out with y'all a lot of times because y'all just don't do the things I want y'all to do. And it's like every woman I like, mostly all the women I talk to, so impatient. They want everything right now. Anything gotta happen right now. I want a man right now. I need somebody right now. And you ain't even ready. You ain't even ready. You want somebody right now, you ain't even ready. If you're a woman that's dating and getting to know people, I say this all the time. You should be outside at least 2 to 3 times per month. You should be on dating apps if you're not getting outside that often. I know a lot of y'all don't like dating apps, but dating apps are important if you're a person that don't really get out much. You sent Natalia sent you over here. That's good. Yeah, I'm trying not to give up on dating, but I'm getting tired of it. Sometimes, listen, I always tell y'all, don't never give up, pretty creature. What you do is you take times where you just take a break. You're gonna get burnt out. You're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna get tired. You are. Nobody, that's just human. Nobody said you ain't. But when you do, what you do is just take a break. Step back for a minute. Chill. Take a break. Pull away. Woosah. Focus on you. Yeah, and then you get back in the game. You know, that's all you do. And a lot of times what happen is you realize that sometimes when you take them breaks is usually when you meet your person. Nicole Superwoman says, what's a flirting signal that men pick up on? I always say this, Nicole. One of the easiest ways to flirt that's risk-free for a woman, because I don't feel like a woman should do too much. Because when y'all start doing too much, you start to look desperate and it makes you unattractive to a lot of men. And men won't take you seriously when they feel like you're desperate and you're doing a lot. You see what I'm saying? So what I would say to you is a smile, eye contact. One thing y'all got to understand about men, women, this is a proven, you can look it up, it's scientifically proven. Women are better at reading body language and nonverbals than men are. What up, Gloria? Women are better at reading nonverbals and body language than men are. So what happened is, Nicole Superwoman, when you look at a man, you might smile, you know, eye contact, and you look away, you know, and you look back 2 to 3 seconds, smile, eye contact, look away. That's what you do. And by the third time, this first time, he may not think you looking at him. By the second time, he like, oh, she is looking at me, you know. And you look at it again, he might come over and say something to you at that point. If he doesn't, then he's probably not that interested in you, right? Y'all women, you really listen. Let me tell y'all this. I told y'all this before. I'm gonna tell y'all again. Y'all are women, man. Do you not know men spend millions of dollars a year? What up, Police Walker? All y'all coming over here today. Do y'all not know men spend plenty of money to see y'all? Women, y'all hold so much power that y'all don't even realize. You ain't got to do much. Just be your sexy, confident self. One of the most beautiful things on any woman or man is confidence. Not arrogance. Confidence. That's all you got to do. Yeah, smile and eye contact. Now, some of y'all need to work on that because some of y'all, what happens is when y'all be out moving around, Natalia inviting everybody. Thank you, Natalia. Some of y'all got to understand when y'all start moving around and y'all out doing things, you got to realize that some of y'all are usually being in your phone, or you might look up at a man and see a man, and then all of a sudden you look away. If you happen to make eye contact with a man and the man might make eye contact with you, you don't smile, and you just look away, he automatically assumes you don't want to be bothered. What? Oh, Natalia Liveson. Okay, cool. So what you got to understand is that what a man realizes is this. A man realizes when he sees you smile and make eye contact, that's very inviting for a guy to come over. I tell y'all this all the time. Men are not as bold as y'all think we should be. Men today are afraid of rejection. Men today are very, very cautious about approaching women because of things they've been heard. You heard on social media. Women say, I don't like to be approached by men. I don't like men approaching us. It just seems weird and strange, all that. So now men are a little bit more cautious. But that smile and that eye contact is a nonverbal to that man. Hey, you can come on over and say hello. I always say things like this. Say you out at a store, at a mall, or a grocery store, whatever, and you see an attractive guy. He's attractive. You look down, maybe you don't see a ring on his finger or whatever. Here's a seat beside him that's open. Sit beside the man. Put yourself in close proximity. You ain't got to go over there and force nothing. Just be the woman. Sit down. If a man is going to say hello to you, he's going to say something to you. It don't take much. Y'all are women. This is what I tell y'all all the time. It don't take much. It's not hard work. You are a woman. You are a woman. Man, please. Now don't overdo it. Now sometimes you could be a woman and do too much and turn men off. You the way you dress, the way you look, the way you acting when you out, you all up in men's face, you're doing a whole bunch. Good men, most, let me tell y'all something. Most of the real dudes and good men, they probably somewhere in the cut chilling, they ain't making a lot of noise. For the most part. They in the cut, they chilling, they relaxing, they chill. You know what I'm saying? It's the dudes that's always making all that noise and wanting to be seen and all over the place. Those are the type of dudes you don't want to deal with anyway. So when we see women that are doing all that, that's a turnoff to a real man because we like some, you know what I'm saying? Well, we want you to be sexy. We want you to be classy. We want you to come in. We want you to chill. We want you to own a space without having to do too much. That's the type of women that men really like, and that's the type of men that women like. Y'all tell me I'm wrong if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Because I know all that extra stuff, all that extra talking and being all that, it's really masculine in a lot of ways, and it turns men off. Chill. You ain't gotta do much. Just be beautiful. But listen, be a woman of substance though, because here's the thing: a lot of y'all women, what happens with a lot of y'all, your presentation. You get what I'm saying? At least Walker. A lot of your presentation in a lot of cases is better than the experience. That's the problem with a lot of people today in general, men and women. But a lot of times, what happens is your presentation as a woman in a lot of cases is better than your experience. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I've seen that so many times. I remember when I was out here moving around getting to know women, I was always going for the bad. I wanted the bad woman. I wanted da. And then you go and get her and start having conversation with her, talking to her. She ain't got no depth. She ain't got nothing going on in her life. She confused. But it's just like, and now you just a good presentation. But you ain't got nothing of value coming out of you. Ladies, all of y'all that listen to me, that's open to meeting your guy, it's gonna happen. A lot of times it hasn't happened for you yet because really you think you're ready, but really you're not. And you will notice this because typically what happens is the people that you meet don't stay around long. Because either they saw that there's just something that they don't connect with, or you may be too easy and it's a turn off, or they know they ain't got to put in a lot of work for you. They can just come and go in your life that they please because you allow that. Yeah, this is what you got to understand. What's up, 5'3", J53? This is what you got to understand. This is the thing. A lot of y'all women, you think you're ready because you look in the mirror and you see yourself, and you can deal with you. You could deal with you because you live with you, so you think you're ready, but really you ain't ready. You deal with a man, a real man. I'm telling y'all, real men. Y'all always say y'all want real men. Real men come with a whole bunch of different stuff, bro. We ain't talking about no panty anty play man. We talking about real men. When you're dealing with a real men come with different things, mannerisms, behaviors, temperament, emotional intelligence. All that stuff is different with a real man, and he's not really gonna put up with a bunch of nonsense. So you just got to make sure you're ready for what you say you want. And then making sure that you're not too firm on your preferences. Some of y'all are missing out on good people because your preferences are too firm. You want to entertain certain men because he ain't tall enough. You want to entertain certain men because he ain't driving what you like to see him drive. You want to entertain certain men because whatever. But that could be the best man for you. Maybe he got a bald spot, or he ain't got a beard, or he got a little pot belly, he got a dad bod, or whatever. He used to be dealing with men, that was that always 6 foot and muscular build. So you only want those type of men, and you won't open yourself up to meeting just dudes. I'm not saying you got to settle. We're not talking about settling, because let me tell you something. Settling to me is dealing with somebody who don't align with your values. To me, that's settling. Preferences are flexible. You should be flexible when it comes to your preferences. Your preferences can move around. You can feel this, but you can't. Your values are non-negotiable. That's the foundation of any relationship. Your non-negotiable. Your values. You love family. He hate family. You like being around your family. Now you get in a relationship with this man because he met your preferences. You're in a relationship with him now, and now every time you want to be with your family, he arguing because he love intimacy, meaning he want to be with you and be up under you, and he don't want you to go around your family. Now you fussing every time because he don't never want to go, and he fussing with you because you want to go. Y'all ain't even got the same values. You dealing with him because he cute. You ain't take time to find out about no values. So make sure that you're not being super firm and you ruling people out because of the preferences. How many of y'all even have preferences? I mean, you ladies know what your preferences are. Everybody should have things that preferences. No, it's not wrong with having them. Good. She have preferences, but those preferences are going to be flexible. Okay. Listen, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start coming in here more often. You probably see me over here more now than you will see me on TikTok. Pretty Creature, I'm so proud of you, sis. I really am. I'm proud of you for sticking to it. I'm proud of you for not giving up. I'm proud of you for not quitting. I'm proud of you for hanging in there, because let me tell you something. Whatever you're seeking is seeking you. You got to keep telling yourself that. Whatever you're seeking is seeking you. Make sure during the meantime, while you're waiting to meet your person, that you're chiseling away at the things of your life that may be a hindrance to somebody connecting with you. Right? All y'all, this is why I tell y'all to do inventory on your dating. Do inventory of your dating past, because what happens is a lot of times when y'all move away from people, some people you can almost ask some of your exes or people that you dealt with before would tell you, you know what, you was too much of this. Take it to heart. Don't get offended by it. Listen to it. If people are telling you certain things about you that turn them off, you know, some of the things you can take with a grain of salt, but some of the things it could be true. Don't get offended by it. Take it to heart. Listen, see if it's real. You know you better than anybody else. You with you every day. From the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, you with you. You know, be honest about yourself. If there's some things you need to chisel away and work at to become better at, maybe you're a person that's just too giving. And men see that as weakness. That could turn them off. You see what I'm saying? It's all kind of things. It ain't got to be negative things. It could be that you just show up too much. They don't, you know, whatever it is. Look at certain things and see what happens. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to come for y'all. Y'all going to be in a situation. Just keep listening to me. Keep practicing this stuff. Keep doing it. Keep showing up. It's going to happen. What up, Red Town? How you doing? It's going to happen. Whatever you're seeking is seeking you. I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of men out here that's looking for and opening up themselves up to meeting an amazing woman. A lot of them. Some of the times, one of the mistakes I know a lot of men and women make is this, and I told y'all this before, once you see or identify the type of man you want, thank you, he said good combo, thank you, brother. Once you see the type of man you want, you don't even show up in those places. Some of y'all don't even have the confidence to be able to go to places, so you keep going to the same things you've always done, and it's obvious that the man you want or say you want, or the woman you want or say you want, is not in those places. Because we are people of habit. We do the same thing over and over. Some of y'all need to look at your life and see and recognize, have I been doing the same thing over and over? Let me change up some things. Let me change up how I go. Instead of going to this place all the time, let me go to a different place. Instead of going to this restaurant, let me go to a different restaurant. Do something different in your life. Have constantly start creating new experiences. I tell y'all this all the time. Listen, movers and shakers, especially men, typically, or women, they're gonna be. You can meet a lot of these guys at high-end restaurants, sitting at the bars, having a cocktail, celebrating a win or something like that, and they're just looking for great conversation. You might get involved in community where leaders, men that are leaders and serious about community growth, and go to those types of meetings. Do something different. Y'all be saying y'all want something different, but you ain't done nothing different ever. Watch this right here. We're going to test this right here. And I want y'all to be honest with me. Can I ask y'all a question? Can I ask y'all a question? Yeah, get tickets to my event. My event is going down April the 24th. We got a 90s throwback party. It's going down April 24th. Y'all need to come through Irving, Texas. It's going down. We're doing cash prizes for the best outfit. We want to see y'all in the building. Go get your tickets. Go get your tickets. Go get your tickets. We want to see y'all there. All right. She says, I'm going to be there. Get y'all tickets. Got to do some different things to get different results for sure. Facts. I can almost promise y'all, if I was to do a poll of this room and ask you within the last 90 days, give me at least 3 things that you've done that you differently that you've never done before. A place you went, something you saw, activity, something that you've done that you've never done before. I guarantee you, with the last 3 months, y'all, none of y'all have done anything new. Some of y'all don't even have different friends. Y'all got the same friends you've been having since high school or since you was young. I always tell you ladies that it's important to meet other women, good women, classy women, grown women, because number one, it's going to help your growth when you meet other women who are more mature, more solid, more feminine, whatever. It's going to help you become more, right? And women can help be referrals for you to meet great guys. You don't know what brother she got, uncle she got, cousin she got, homeboy she got, and she know he's a good guy. And you know what? I know a guy that I would love to introduce you. And here you go. Some of y'all got all your girlfriends single. They ain't meeting nobody in the same boat you in. All y'all single trying to find somebody. They can't introduce you to nobody. You have to do different things, family. And sometimes it's uncomfortable because we just people, like I said, with people habit. We like doing the same things over and over. We listen. We love what's familiar. This is why y'all keep it a lot of times saying, well, Coach Paul, why do I keep attracting the same type of men over and over? Because you love what's familiar. Even if it's toxic, you like familiar things. If I was to present you with a new opportunity and a familiar opportunity, 9 out of 10 of the time, you're going to take the familiar opportunity. Why? Because familiar feels safe, even if it's toxic. A lot of people don't like to do nothing new and starting over because you got to learn. You know, it's uncomfortable. It gives a level of fear. You never been here before. You never tap, and so you constantly attracting and being around and doing the same things over and over because it's familiar. You have to break that and do things differently. This is what our subconscious mind does. It's there to keep us safe, right? It's designed, subconscious mind is designed to keep you safe. So whatever you're accustomed to, you keep attracting emotionally unavailable men. You know why? You know why you attract them? Because you grew up in a family, you had emotionally unavailable father or parents or whoever, and you're familiar with that. So when you see it again, it feels like home. Feels like home. Redtown said life flowing smoothly right now, but only because I literally made myself go on a different path straight up. That's facts. Redtown, let me tell you something I do, and this is for all y'all listening. I have a database of great men and great women, right? That I add to a database. And it takes away the swiping and all that. What we do is we connect men and women, good solid men with good women based upon values, preferences, life goals, and those types of things. And what happens is we exchange information with y'all, and we let y'all build from that. It's a better situation. If you're not a part of my dating database, it's free to join for a limited time. If you're not a part of my dating database, you need to be. If you go to my website, paullbryant.com, paullbryant.com, you will see a tab on it that says dating database. Click it, fill out information, send it in. paullbryant.com. I got women all over the country on this database. See, I told y'all I'm new to live. This is my first live I ever did on YouTube. I usually do my lives on TikTok. On TikTok, I got over 40 some thousand followers. And when I do lives over there, my lives be 300, 400, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been over there for a long period of time. So I'm trying to build this platform. But yeah, if you want to be a part of my dating database, the link's right there. It's paullbryant.com. She put it right there in the thing, my brother. paullbryant.com. 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 Go right there, click the link. That's where you get my books. If you want to do one-on-one calls, you can do all of it on my website, paullbryant.com. Go there, click the link. And what we'll do is, now, once you join the database, I have to pin it. Let me see. You know, I'm new over here. I don't know what's going on. Okay, there you go. There you go. I just pinned it. There it is right there. PaulLBryan.com. Thank you, Gloria. Um, when you join the database, what's going to happen is there's a questionnaire that you have to answer. There's a lot of questions because we don't want to put raggedy men with good women. We don't want to put raggedy women with good men. So you gotta answer the questionnaire, and then we gotta go over it. We look to see if you accept it. But if you a man or a woman that's in a good place, you got good things going on, whatever, we're gonna connect you with other good people. This is an amazing way to do. I'm serious about y'all finding your person. I'm not just out here just talking, just doing this for nothing, man. I ain't got time. Listen, I ain't got time to waste. Trust me, I could be doing other things. I got a lot of stuff going on in my life. I don't need to come on here and just waste people's time. I made it free because I want y'all to come on and join in. I want to get y'all in. I want to get enough men and women. I got a good amount of women. The men's side is growing, which I'm thankful for that. So yeah, I want y'all to be a part of it. There's the website right there, PaulLBryan.com. You go right there, you click it, and yeah, there we go. There we go. All right. Got my attention, bro. This is a good move you putting together, IP. But thank you, brother. I love to have you over there, bro, and connect you with some amazing women. Yeah, I got some amazing women. Trust and believe, solid women. Let me read my sister's post. It went too far. Let me. She said, "Pretty Creature said in the last 90 days, I purchased your workbook. I did the work to see what I attract the same people. I attend your event, and I've hung in there on the dating site. Good, Creature. Pretty Creature. I would love for you to connect with these group of women over here, Natalia, Glenda, and Nisha. She's not in, but I'd love for you to connect with them. Okay, Mila Shay, how you? Thank you. So I'm gonna be coming on probably right now. Let me tentatively. I'll be coming on Fridays this same time on Fridays. Okay, so y'all make sure y'all lock it in for that. She says I'm in there already. Okay, good, Pretty Creature. That's good. They good people, man. Solid women, solid women. Make sure you yeah. I usually come on Fridays. What time is it right now? I don't got my watch. Um, I, am gonna be coming on Fridays. It's about probably about I don't know what time is it 9:30, 11, something like that. It'll be on Friday morning, so I do that. How you get to go live and was it just 50 needed subs? You talking about here? I don't know. I don't even know, bro. I just click live and they let me come on. I don't know. So it's 11:27 my time. So I'm gonna be coming on Fridays at about 11 o'clock a.m. Now I've been over here for I got enough followers. I got one like over 1,000 followers or something like that. I don't know. I got a lot of followers over here. I post content all the time. I just never went live. Yeah, I post content all the time. I just never went live. So they allow me to do it. So I must be in the ballpark. Yeah, I got a lot of content on my page here on YouTube. So make sure y'all follow me. Make sure y'all go listen to. I got a lot of content on my page. Go listen to the content, like it, share it, do all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but it's a lot of stuff on there, so y'all can hear a lot of the things. Okay, for YouTube, I think you have to have 1,000 followers before you can go live. So yeah, okay, yeah. So I got over 1,000 followers. Yeah. But I appreciate y'all for coming in. Red Town, I can't wait to hear from you about the database. Pretty Creature, good sister. It was good to see y'all. I'll be coming on here on Fridays at 11. Y'all will probably start to see me over here more than on TikTok. I'm probably not gonna be going to TikTok as much. I might do TikTok maybe once in a while, once every blue moon. I'm kind of getting burnt out with the whole TikTok thing. So I'll be coming over here a lot. So make sure y'all are showing up over here. Fridays, I might even do some Mondays, some pop-up Mondays, but definitely on Fridays at 11, I'll be coming over here. Okay, so make sure you schedule that. Fridays at 11 Central. Thank you, Glenda. I'll be coming out here Friday at 11 Central. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do too. I got it in the works. I just ain't sitting about it yet. I'm gonna be planning a special dinner for those that have been assisting me. So Pretty Creature, I want you to come, Glenda, Nisha, Natalia, Rashida. I'm gonna be planning really like a business brunch for y'all. But y'all helping me, you know, promote this build this business, and whatever. So we're gonna dress up, we're gonna look nice, and I'm gonna take y'all out to dinner. Of course, I'm gonna pay for it. I'm gonna pay for it. All right, you ain't gotta come out your pocket, but I'll let y'all know the date and the time. I'll let y'all know the date and the time. I got a couple of nice restaurants that I've been to out that I think y'all gonna like. I ain't gonna tell y'all what the name is because I don't want y'all to go before I'm able to take y'all. But we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna go out, drink some wine, you know, and just talk and laugh and dress up. And I'm gonna take y'all out, and we're gonna have a good time. So, Gloria, I'll be getting that information to you soon to send out to them. Now, Pretty Creature, this is gonna be for you only. I don't want you to invite your girls this time. So it's gonna be you, Pretty Creature. I want Glenda. I want Natalia. I want Nisha, and I'm gonna tell Rashida. And all of us gonna go out, and we're gonna have a good time. All right, y'all cool with that? Gloria be reaching out to y'all soon about how we gonna get that done. All right, yep. Yeah, we're gonna get dressed up. Yeah, we're gonna go out, and it's gonna be like a really like a business dinner. So, because I wanna get back to y'all for sewing into me like y'all have. All right. So Fridays we're gonna be live 11 o'clock Central on YouTube on Fridays. Make sure you light it down. Make sure y'all spread the word. I appreciate y'all for coming in, and we'll talk to y'all again soon. Okay, peace.